It's been so long.
I know, but not for
Oh,
the listeners.
no. They have no idea that we haven't really spoken in 2 weeks.
We've
It's
been in a
crazy.
fight. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I was like, I couldn't
Yeah.
stand this bitch all of a
I'm
sudden.
just-
No, yeah, listeners, we recorded ahead of time, and we're dealing with time off and trying to stay ahead of the game. And then the last 2 weeks, like things have come up, and me and Tim have not been able to record. So, although you guys didn't see any change, we haven't seen each other in a couple weeks.
I
But
know. I
it's so
feel
good to
like you're
see
a whole
you.
new person.
I know this tan is really coming in. I'm just look, see, like that. That is real. That is a tan line. I'm living my tank life. I'm so excited.
Yes, I love that for you.
And your blouse game is just still, it's just
Well, I
beautiful.
tell you, these fem tops, they're everything.
Are you like, are these things you've had? Are you reinvesting in your wardrobe? Like, what's going on?
So thanks to Fashion Nova,
Fashion Nova.
unfortunately, fast fashion, I get it, people, but I don't have money like that. So, if you want decent looks on this platform, you're going to get them via the fast fashion company.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah,
no,
so
and if the company's making things that you can wear too, it's like,
absolutely. That's the thing about certain fast fashion things. There's the only places some of us girls can go
yeah,
to get things that are made for our shape. Some of us have huge asses and little waists, and some of us have big chests and, a big stomach. And, it just doesn't, we're not catered to in the fashion
yeah.
industry, except for a couple of brands, and I love them for it, and this is my price point, and yeah, so you get these and you get these,
Yeah.
yes.
You look
No,
cute. You look cute.
thank you. I mean, that Cub and Chub tank is looking real good on
Yeah,
you.
actually, one of my shout outs this week has to do with a really cute tank that got sold.
Oh,
More on that later.
mhm.
Can I tell you a story about me crying to a customer service person on the phone?
Oh my God. Yes. I'm a little scared, but
I'll preface this. It was a good cry. It wasn't a bad
okay,
cry.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
So, oh my gosh. And I haven't told you this yet. So this is Tim's going to hear this for the first time. And I feel like as somebody who is trying to take back their financial independence, and it just, I feel like you'll really understand and appreciate this.
Yes.
So I will try to make this. I'll try to sum this up as best I can. I work for a nonprofit. I think I may have said what it is before, but maybe not. I try to be careful about that. But I work for a nonprofit, and I also have student loans. So I am the person who is taking advantage of the student loan forgiveness program, where if I work for a nonprofit for 10 years
Hmm.
and I pay on my loans while I'm there, after 10 years, whatever my balance is will be forgiven. So
Yay.
that's that thing, right? So 4 years into working for the nonprofit, I went back to school, and I couldn't afford to pay the loans and pay for school. So I put the loans in forbearance and I paid for school, knowing that the 4 years I was going back to school meant that that was 4 years of payments I wasn't making on the loans. I'll pick them back up when I graduate and go back to paying on the loans themselves. So I graduated, the COVID thing's over, and we're getting ready to start paying back on student loans again. So I log into the website to look and see what my monthly payments are going to be, and also recertify that I work for a nonprofit. And again, I've only paid for 4 years, so I have like 6 more years to pay on this loan for this program. And I log in on Monday, and it's like, you have, 40 months worth of payments, like 4 years, whatever. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I submit the paperwork, and a few days later, I log back in to see that they certified that I work for a nonprofit. And all of a sudden, my number of payments jumped up to 100. So, like 7 or 8 years worth of payments.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I get really excited, but I also am like, this is a glitch. I didn't pay on
Oh, payments that you've made already.
yeah. Because so the deal is that you have to pay them, and the system looks like I've been paying for 8 years
Yeah.
and working for a nonprofit instead of the 4. I've been working for the nonprofit for 8 years, but I wasn't paying for the full 8. So I was like, oh, there's some glitch. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And then I was like, this is wrong. So I called the customer service line. And her name was Kerrigan. I was like, hi, Kerrigan. She's like, I'm new. I've got my supervisor here. I'm like, I'm glad you have a supervisor with you because I've got some questions.
Yes.
So I was like, so just know. And I explained to her, I was like, hey, I just logged in. It looks like I've been paying for 8 years, but I really haven't. And I just want to make sure that whatever gets corrected needs to, because it's exciting, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong. She's like, let me put you on hold for 1 second. And she puts me on hold, and she comes back, and she says, part of the COVID waivers that they did was that even if you were in forbearance,
yes,
as long as you worked for the nonprofit, those months count. So I got back 4 years of my life, like that I thought I would be paying. So
financially, you have 4 years.
So I got 20 months left, so less than 2 years.
Yay!
And then because of the new payment plan systems, like my monthly payments are going to get cut in half. So like the monthly payment won't be terrible.
Yeah.
And I'll be done in like a year and a half. And
what an amazing situation.
I cried. I said, Kerrigan, I know your supervisor's with you. I just need to make sure that...
Listen, I did the same thing when I was not good with my student loans, and I let them go into collections and whatnot. And because of the new laws that were put in place, collections that were more than 2 years fell off. And guess what? My collections, those collections of almost $100,000 fell off. So I understand your joy. So
yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, like, so things like buy a house, you know what I mean, like things I just was putting off forever because I was just gonna be in this
things that millennials have been unable to do.
And it's like so I just had like a really, really good day yesterday. I got that news and I was like, oh my gosh. So just a note to everybody else, I mean, not everybody works for a nonprofit, but look into these things, double check. It doesn't hurt to ask questions. It really seems like, although they can't wipe the debt away, they are trying to do everything they can to help people wipe it away. So take care of you, do your research. So
absolutely. Always be abreast of those situations, because they're not going to tell you right out that it's for you, but something is available, and you should always, that's why you have friends in different walks of life that can kind of let you know. And if you are that friend that has that knowledge, let all of your friends know, and let all of their friends know, because this generation of ours, we have been through it. And any little help is needed. So yay!
Well, Tim, we're gonna do our rant again. We had a good time on our last rant episode.
Yeah, bitches. I just want to let y'all know that was the happy government is doing something for us, because when it comes to everything else, the aliens are the only good thing about it. So.
Amen. So we're gonna get into it. Tim, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Bear, and this is Cub
and Chub. Earth is ghetto, I wanna leave. Earth is ghetto, I wanna leave.
Hello.
Yep. Hi.
So, Tim, we are ranting today, and you seemed, when we were talking about what we're going to do for the topic, you were like, you seem to have some ideas. And I was like, okay, all right, Tim,
Yeah,
I'm
girl.
gonna let you run with it. So, what you got?
A lot is going on, including I can't afford shit.
Woo.
Like I went to McDonald's the other day. Speaking, I don't normally go to fast food, but
I was going to say, you don't normally fast food, and do you normally McDonald's when you do fast food?
no.
was
But
a
I
double.
was hungry as fuck.
Yeah.
And it was the only place that was not a restaurant, like a sit down restaurant that was on the way. Because where I'm staying, they don't have drive-throughs.
Yeah, they don't. You live in
Like,
this little weird little.
I don't know if they just like are encouraging walking or encouraging like personal like interaction. I'm not for it. I'm too fat for that. But so I went to McDonald's and I got 2 large fries and a water. And I want you to know it came up to $10.27.
No.
$10 for potatoes
And water.
and water. They charged me 5 cents for ice. But I don't understand.
Wow, a large fry.
A large fry is $5, girl. Like, I don't understand why everything has to cost so much. I get it. It was a pandemic and y'all weren't making no money and everybody was at the house and then everybody back out and you're like, oh, we got to get that money from back in the years. No, girl, you don't. No. You really do not. You can just charge the $3.87 that it was 3 years ago because that's the last time I bought some damn French fries from McDonald's.
I'll also say that, no, everything you just said and inflation is absolutely kicking everybody's ass. I will say when I came up to visit you where you're at, I had to get gas and Mary Jane. Girl. It was $1 difference between where I'm at and where you're at, and I almost shit my pants. I was I wasn't paying attention. I started pumping and I noticed the $4 and whatever. I'm like, what the actual hell?
Yeah. That's why I don't be going nowhere. Y'all be asking me, Tim, come out. Hell no. I don't have no gas. I have gas, but I need it for other things. Yeah. I need to go to the chiropractor. I need to get to work. I don't have time to be coming to DC every 3 minutes.
Yeah. No.
So it's just, and that's not the only thing. Like French fries. Okay, girl, don't eat the French fries. But gas is expensive. Going to the grocery store, you might as well just go on Uber Eats every day.
Yeah.
Because by the time you cook it and everything, you done spent way more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do y'all expect us to live?
I've never been like a coupon girl. Like I've never been that level of like, not penny pinching sounds derogatory, but that's not what I mean. But you have people that pay attention to that stuff. And that's just not something I did. Mm-hmm. And this past 6 months, like we got a Trader Joe's that opened up near us.
Yeah.
And some of Trader Joe's stuff that I like is actually like their tortilla chips, their milk, their eggs are just cheaper than some of the regular grocery stores.
Yeah.
And I noticed it. I had to go to Kroger for something else and was like, I'll just get tortilla chips when I'm there. And there's like a $2 difference. And I'm like, I'm starting to notice like prices. Yeah. I'm going to shop here.
Because $2 is a lot of money.
It is.
For chips. Like, I'm just saying like, yes, $2 what you going to get with it? Nothing but
over time.
Heartache. But like for chips, $2 is a lot of the difference.
Yeah, no, I'm like, what's this Aldi I keep hearing about? Like, I'm like,
listen, I will go into them cardboard aisles,
yes,
and pick up the Rice Crisps. Yes,
I don't generic.
Why do I need Frosted Rice Krispies?
Yes,
I understand so much, but the thing about it is everything going up, but them salaries.
Everything's going up but them salaries. Yes.
That's my thing is like my money ain't changed. The money that I'm getting in my account has not changed. But the money that's coming out of my account is changed by a significant amount.
Yep.
So I need y'all to do something. I need Jeff Bezos or somebody to come through and, pass out hundreds to the kids because
Yeah.
like come to the Brewster Projects and give out thousands of dollars. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just make it easier to win the lottery.
Do you see the SAG strikers, the actors and the writers are striking right now for better pay?
Yeah.
And Bob Iger of Disney? He released a statement and a video from a resort he was staying at about how the actors were being unreasonable from his resort.
And
from
then
his
somebody
pool.
said that they were just gonna like wait it out and just let them start.
The plan was to wait until they knew that their 6-month leases were up in LA and they couldn't afford the rent anymore. Like this was the writer's strike. So the people who aren't even famous who are writing these things are like, wait out until October until the next leases are coming up, and then they'll really want to negotiate. That was released. And it's like,
While he's at some resort, with his little nondescript, drink person.
yeah. No,
I can't.
I
It's disgusting. It is.
agreed.
I don't get it. I just wish that. My thing is this. Everybody wants to talk, well, not everybody. Certain specific types of people want to talk about Make America Great Again. Let's start with the prices. Let's start with the 50-cent burgers. Let's start with that. Let's start with the 75-cent gas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how great America is.
Let's start with the McDonald's dollar menu one more time, baby. Come on.
Yeah. Serving billions.
Serving billions. Making billions.
Girl.
Shit.
It's trash. But that was my first one.
I got you. Okay, so pricing inflation, fuck it. I got you.
Yes, and fuck the hoes that ain't trying to help.
Yeah. It just I don't tend to buy into when somebody says like they don't make it like they used to, this generation's going to hell. Like people who say things like this tend to be people who are like afraid of change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I've never really catered to that idea, but when you see the world on fire and you see people can't pay for things and you see
not just people, like most everybody.
And I'm sitting there going like,
you gotta be making $250,000 just to live decent here in this planet.
Yeah.
And people taking $250,000 and going down under the sea.
Oh wow. Oh, I had to really like suppress my Sebastian accent just now. Like I really wanted to go into Under the Sea, and I had to be like, wait, don't do that. That is not what we're doing today.
Oh, you want to just go and see Rose? She been up here.
Dumb dums.
It's
What else
crazy.
you got?
Well, I don't know. Like, I just want to talk about I understand this is going to sound very maybe double standardish,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm done with making quote unquote normal people feel comfortable. I'm done.
Okay, expand on that.
So I go to a chiropractor, and I was running late, and well, I wasn't really running late. I just didn't want to put on something else. So I put on one of our shirts,
Mm-hmm.
Cub and Chub, cute shirt, love it.
So cute.
And he asked about it. Yeah, he was like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a podcast. And he was like, oh, what is it about? And I was like, gay shit.
Oh, you just dropped it.
Yeah, I was like, gay shit. And he was like, what?
Oh.
And I was like, and I stared right back at him.
And
I was like,
and
I was like, would you like to, continue this conversation just like you would continue if it was about sports, just like you would continue if it was about, a money podcast or whatever else. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, oh, he was like, and I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, all right, we can end this right now. I'm not going to sit here and try to be like, oh, it's kind of about, I don't know if it's, it's just niche. No. It's about gay shit.
Okay.
It's about LGBT. It's LGBTQ.
I had a similar situation at the gym. First off, shout out to us. I wore this to the gym a couple weeks ago, and I walked up to the counter, and the girl looked at the shirt, and she goes, "That's your podcast, right?" I don't know this girl.
Now you do. The girl know you.
She know me. And even if she knew my face, like how she knew that this logo, how she connected it to a podcast.
Do you think they talk about you there?
I don't know if they talked about me. I don't know if she saw some of the Instagram like ads or whatever, the image.
Well, not only that, but like, you were talking about the other guy that works there.
Oh, Richard, yes.
Maybe they talked.
Maybe Richard talked about it. Maybe that's true. Okay, well, I'm gonna pretend that she saw it organically and we're just that famous.
Yeah.
But if it was Richard, thank you, Richard.
We're gay famous. That's all I want.
We're famous. But I was. Oh, where was I going with that? I don't remember now. Walking the shirt. You were talking about.
She said, "Hey, girl, is that your podcast?"
Oh, yes. Talking about our podcast to other people. And I was like, "Yeah, it is." She's like, "It was like you and your friend." I'm like, "Yeah," and I find myself like. In that situation, because you know me, whereas I think you, as you age well like a fine wine, you are less interested in keeping things copacetic, shall we say, right? Like
I don't care about ruffling feathers. Like if I ruffle your feathers by being me,
right?
Oh well, sorry.
I think I would equate gay shit to like queerness. Like I would probably use different vocabulary to explain what it is. But
and I did it. I will say that I did that like on like as a way to just like knife in the throat.
Right.
It was just like
you don't want to do this. And there's enough like queer representation at the gym where I think like I could probably be like it's queer shit. And they're like, oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I was running an order. And I wasn't wearing this tank top. I was wearing my Trixie and Katya one. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Gen Z. You guys just...
Everybody loves that shirt for you.
They love it. And I walked up and she looked at me. She goes, I've been watching their stuff all week as I go to bed as like a way to calm down. That is my favorite shirt I've ever seen. She's like, where was it? I was like, it was part of Pride last year at Target. She's like, oh, it's always Target getting people together. I was like, it really, really is. So anyway, shout out to tank tops just... Up and rule the world.
Making the world go round, making the world, halfway decent for the gays, for the girls, for the LGBTQ.
But I do appreciate like this podcast like gives me more confidence to talk to that.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely gotten comfortable with like saying that I'm queer or when I'm with Al like saying he's my partner, like that stuff doesn't bother me, but like approaching the topic with people I don't know and like hoping to feel that it's okay or safe is still like a little bit of new territory. And like this, like it's hard to like talk about this without being like, it's gay shit.
Yeah. I mean like, girl, like if you don't want to hear about anal, if you don't want to hear about, whatever comes up, me crying at 30, what like,
it's all gay shit.
It is. Shit the LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah.
The alphabet mafia. All of these people. We go through it. It's a lot. And I'm tired of making people who maybe aren't part of that community feel comfortable with seeing the community in their where I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm here. I'm not gonna sit here and dull my shine or make it feel like it's okay for you to, you know, ask me stupid questions because there are stupid questions,
There are stupid questions.
and I've spent my life, answering them or making other people feel like it's okay to accept me.
Yeah.
And you just accept me or you don't, and that's fine. I was telling my barber the other day, like, I don't want you to love me. I love me. I don't need you to respect me. I respect me. I need you to get the fuck out of my way. Like,
Yeah.
like I need you to use your rights and leave my rights alone. That's what I need. And I would expect that most people need that.
Yeah.
So that's my little spiel.
No, amen. I mean, I again, as we kind of journey through this together and talk about these topics, and I try to expand my mind on things that even I'm still blind to with privilege and where I come from, intersections of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we are both queer and on some spectrum, and we don't look alike, and we don't act like the same person,
No.
right? But we are all connected to this idea, this concept, this thing, and there are even areas of that we don't intersect at because you are
Yeah.
who you are, and I am who I am, and so I do wish I was braver in confronting things. Before we hopped on this conversation, I was telling you about an interaction with somebody that shut me down, but the other person lit right up,
No.
right? And I want to be that person. I
Well,
wish
that's the thing is,
I
like,
wish I was that person.
I think we, unfortunately, the idea of ally comes up when people just want to be friends with people.
Just
And
be,
I'm like,
yeah,
that's not what that means. Like,
right,
if you just want to be friends with me, if you want to take up for me, that's not an ally to this community. That's
yeah,
an ally to me. You know what I mean? Like, when you are in spaces with your grandmothers, your grandfathers, your pastors, your um, whatever, wherever you are, um, what are you saying to let them know that this is not a space that you can be bigoted?
yeah,
Like, making bigotry not okay, like, is probably the bare minimum of allyship, to be honest.
yeah.
Like, if you can't do that, then maybe just take ally off of your, Instagram handle, whatever. But like,
More hashtag, baby.
because people love, and I say this because people love to ask me, like, how can I be a better ally and all this other stuff, and I'm like, girl, I don't fight that fight. I am the thing. So I don't know what it's like to not be something but trying to fight for it. I
Yeah,
don't like I'm an ally to trans people. And for that reason, when people come up to me and ask me about, their brother is a trans woman now and they keep using the he, I'm like, actually, unless they say that their pronouns are he, I think that they're she now.
yeah.
Like, I would prefer you to use she, or I just use she in the conversation and they kind of get the point.
Oh, I love digging into people who will not deal with pronouns. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite
And
trending
I don't get
topics.
that. I don't
Yeah,
get it. I was like, you do know Marilyn Monroe's name was not Marilyn Monroe.
right. You know what? You know, yeah, you know.
Like, you know that all these people go by other names, go by other things. And you actually live for transness in all its forms. You actually live for it. You actually go and, work it, honey, and blah, 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 blah. You know the lingo. You just refuse to use it when it comes to people's actual humanity.
Yeah.
But when it's fun and cute, it's like, oh, Kiki, and, who you want to kai with? No, girl. Let's get to the nitty gritty of it and really help people who are marginalized,
Yeah.
especially those who are most marginalized. And that's just me. Like I try to use my light skin privilege, my presenting male privilege, my bottom privilege. No, but when I'm in the bed with these, high-powered attorneys,
Mm.
like, you might want to put some money toward trans rights. Uh,
Throwing it in there, while I'm backing it up.
you try to be an ally where you can, and I don't know. Most people have something that they are privileged with,
Sure.
and you should use that in order to bring up another community.
Yeah.
But people aren't doing that because they're bored. I don't know. Like, I don't get it, because my thing is, you do know that the patriarchy and white supremacy doesn't want to see anybody win but cishet white straight Christian men. White men. Like that. If you're not that, then they want to cut you open and steal your male baby out of you and watch you bleed to death and die. Or they want you cooking their meals and, being silent. Or they want me strung up on a magnolia tree. Like that's what the idea is. Like, y'all are talking about who's real women and who's a real man and stuff like that, when Roe v. Wade is being overturned. So now, whether you are a real woman or not, you can't even do nothing with your body. Like,
Yeah.
and y'all are like hating on, you know, gender affirming care, when the first time y'all have a little bit of perimenopause, y'all running for the estradiol, which
Mm-hmm.
is hormones, which is similar to the hormones that trans women use.
Which is what? Gender affirming care.
Yeah. Or y'all love minoxidil, with y'all balding ass heads sitting up there talking about, men are men and women are women. But when you balding, you need a little extra testosterone to get that DHT to go away, which is what? Gender affirming care.
Yeah.
So, like, it really, when you get down to it, freeing the most marginalized person frees everyone. Like, it frees everybody.
Yeah.
But you don't want everybody free, because you have to live in a world where you're not free. So you're just like, oh, well, everybody should be miserable because I'm miserable. And it's sad. And you hate people who, despite all you can do to, like, destroy and hurt and harm, we're still out here thriving, laughing, loving, making podcasts, on covers, looking gorgeous, glowing, smiling, and you hate it. You hate it so bad because you can't be free. Because you've decided to buy into whatever society told you. And I'm sorry about it.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, and I wish freedom for you. I really do.
It would be nice if, well, yeah, it'd be nice if everybody could be free. I would agree with that.
I just would love for you to have a taste of what your true nature is. You know what I mean? Like to be uninhibited
Yeah, if
and free enough just to like,
you just got one pinky in there, you know?
yeah, just be
Let
like,
go.
bitch, I do want to wear some red pumps, but I can't do that because, I got a penis. Like, like, put the damn pumps on and strut down Fifth Avenue. Go into the boardroom and make your millions instead of your billions and allow your coworkers and such to have a decent life. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna go too far into that. I guess I went deep, but
Amen. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
bye. And we're back.
Hello. Hello, hello.
I'm not British, but I kind of feel like it.
You from London?
I'm from Cockney.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Girl, I'm not from anywhere. What is a rant that you have? You got one?
Mine, mine is not as serious as yours. I apologize. I feel like you really got there on the last one.
No.
I appreciate your perspective. Mine is extremely niche and is only catering to people who are in the wedding industry. But
there are perspectives for everyone.
this is true. This is true.
I'm never getting married, but I want to hear about it.
So one of the many hats I wear is I'm a DJ, and I was DJing a wedding this weekend. And you know what happens a lot at weddings, Tim? People are late. People run behind. Things happen, right? So the ceremony runs long. There's traffic between sites. Timelines get messed up. It happens, and it's usually beyond people's control. So at this wedding, the ceremony apparently took like 40 minutes longer. It was like a diet Catholic wedding because like she's Catholic but he's not. So it was a whole thing. So the ceremony went long, and so the pictures got delayed, right? Yeah. So 40 minutes, we'll make it up, right? Like no big deal. We'll get things going. So ceremony's at 2, cocktail hour is at 3. 3 o'clock, 3:30, 3:45, 4 o'clock. No one is at my cocktail hour. Like nobody. I'm like, we're an hour late. I'm here like dancing by myself. I'm like, what is happening? And so come to find out that it was a small wedding, and most of the people that are at the wedding are in the wedding. The photographer had the people there, photos and photos and photos, and finally released them. They finally get to the area, but we have to go into dinner because their dinner is getting cold.
Yeah.
So we rush everybody into dinner. Then we get out of dinner, and the photographer's like, I'm just going to still the couple for a few more shots. So this photographer had the couple taking photos their entire ceremony and their entire reception. They didn't get to enjoy their day.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I got them to do their first dance, but they're supposed to have
no father-daughter dance.
They're supposed to, like, have a drink and mingle and, like, do other stuff.
Have cake.
They did have cake. They did the photo op stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't get time to like be with their people.
Which is
the second they got the cake, she took them outside, and so we're in here partying for the couple that's not here.
It's hot.
It's hot. You basically had them the whole time. You had 5 hours of photos. It was ridiculous. Like you don't know what you're doing. You're not good at your job. If you can't get the right photo,
if you ain't made it work by hour 3, it's done.
It's done.
hang it up.
It's their day. And I know you want to get good photos for them on their day, but you didn't let them have a day. Like,
Well, that's the thing is like the photos are supposed to trigger memories, but if they were just out taking photos all day,
yeah,
what are the memories?
they scarf their dinner and they got a bellyache and they're outside in the heat up against the bush because you're trying to get the right angle. And it's like,
Oh no.
they weren't with they weren't with their family. They weren't with their friends. They weren't doing a conga line. Like
And I'm sure he didn't even get pictures of the family or friends doing anything because he was too busy with them.
don't want you to misgender anybody. It was a female, but it was like it was so, and it's also very rare. Most photographers, I've worked many weddings, and most of them are awesome and know what they're doing. But this person, I was just, it got to the point where, you know me, I don't get mean, I get quiet. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking past her face. I'm not making eye contact. So she was like, so are we gonna do like the are we gonna do the bouquet toss? I'm like, we're gonna do it at some point, you know, the timeline. She's like, yeah, I know, right? I'm like, I know, right? Like I couldn't interact with her. I was so mad. Anyway, so to to any of the wedding photographers listening to our podcast, I'm sure you're wonderful. I'm sure you know what you're doing, but keep in mind, it's not your day.
It's not, and it's not really about your pictures being like.
Even if the bride and groom are going, no, we really want to get good photos. Great. If you're a good photographer, you're going to get them in the time that you've planned. If you need a little bit more time, everybody will understand, but you took them from their entire day.
So my thing is, this is like, what did they do for their engagement photos? They should have done the outside stuff for the engagement stuff.
Well, it's very common, especially if you're having it at a reception or a cathedral that has a nice like nature preserve or something. Like, you do outside shots. Like, going outside is not unheard of. Having them miss their reception is rude.
Well, let me let y'all know, if I ever find somebody who I deem I want to legally connect to,
who is worthy enough.
Anyway, nobody's worthy enough. But I do not want to do nothing outside. Don't have me outside for nothing, because I'm not going to be able to smile. I'm not going to be able to do nothing but sweat and be mad. So yes, and I am sorry to that woman, and but you suck at your job. And you should have been better. Pull up and do something different.
Yeah, you should refund some money. Tim, you got something else you wanted to say?
Well, it's coming soon, Beyonce. The Renaissance. We are going very soon. We're going this Saturday.
We're going this Saturday, guys. So by the time you hear this podcast, me and Tim will be waking up from the Renaissance hangover. So
yes, and it'll be applause, a round of applause. But I just want to say that if Beyonce has to send out cards saying to shut the fuck up when I say mute, on mute. If she has to give you business cards that say, hey girl, I'm gonna say everybody on mute, I mean that shit. Be on mute. Shut up. Let's do it. Everybody on mute. Me and my crew, big energy. Listen. That is how we want it at this function, at this stadium that we're going to. I don't want to hear a sound. I want to hear nothing. Maybe if Beyonce has something like clinky on, maybe a little clink, clink, clink.
With a fan, yeah.
Yeah, or like a fan. But I just don't get how we've had so much media showing what not to do, and yet time after time after time. We've had a whole leg in Europe that they fucked it all the way up.
Yeah.
We had, Chicago. They did their best. They didn't do it all the way. We had, we just had NYC. Y'all get excited that you've done it and you don't follow through. What is wrong with your follow through? This is the bare minimum of what we could do. We could just be silent. And you know what? Take that into your life. If you can't do nothing else, just be silent.
Take this metaphor to heart. When
Beyonce is giving us the keys to the kingdom.
I gotta say, Tim, I can only imagine what it's like to have a white bestie. You have been trying so hard to train me. I really appreciate it. Tim has been sending me the TikToks, trying to make sure that I'm aware of the cues in the show.
Not only that, I'm also putting it on my Instagram daily. At this point, it's something on my stories about being silent, shutting the fuck up when you need to, because it's important. We want to have that moment. It's just you can do it. She literally tells you when to do it.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I need you to protect your heart a little bit. I need you to
listen. I know humans are horrible.
We're terrible. We're terrible.
They can't even agree that aliens have been here always. We can't even agree that Jamie Foxx is not AI. It's just
girl.
We can't.
Girl.
We cannot.
Jamie, if you need help, blink in binary.
First of all, ain't nothing wrong with him. This is the best he's felt in months, probably.
Was this just a ploy for him to go on vacation and get some time off finally?
No, this was a ploy for him to get up out of the bed with me.
Oh,
and we had our moment.
There are people that I would always say are just not for Tim, and then you just shock me every single time. I'm like,
listen, I am actually so every 7 years you become a new person. Your cells completely regenerate.
Yes.
And then for your mind allows you to open up to new experiences.
Sure.
When I was younger, you couldn't tell me I was going to eat Mexican food. And then, I went to college and I ate salsa and it was good.
Yeah.
When I was, I'm not saying that. The point is, I am now at an age where I can pull the son and the father. So my standards, my criteria.
Are you the Holy Spirit in this metaphor? I don't.
I am a whole.
Well, whatever demographic we had there, they're gone.
Well, girl, my Jesus, the one in the Bible that, hair of wool and skin of copper. He loves me. And he actually, helped create me. So, I praise him and worship him as I'm on my knees for other things as well. So God is in the room. The point is, be silent and carry a big stick.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Do you want to do a listener question, Tim?
We have a listener question.
I have a listener question.
Oh my god!
So
I'm living. Yes.
So, for those who want to write in asking for advice or just saying hi to me and Tim, you're more than welcome to. That email is wearecubandchub@gmail.com. Again, that's wearecubandchub@gmail.com.
Yes.
So we have a question from Jordan. Are you ready?
Hi, Jordan. Oh, he sounds cute.
Oh, in a recent episode where you discussed the challenges of queer dating, you touch on the issue of navigating long-distance relationships as part of the Alphabet Mafia community.
Ooh.
Could you elaborate on some practical tips or advice for maintaining a strong connection with your partner while living in different locations?
Don't.
So whereas the read would say break up with him, we're saying don't.
Like, no,
Don't
if
even.
you, I will say this, like, because, technology is here and available, and people from all over the world have been able to connect with one another. Um, Go where the love is. I understand that it might not be in your backyard. It might be down the streets. It might be in another state, in another country, on another hemisphere. So I would say you have to start off with some sort of togetherness. Like, it doesn't have to be a long time, but it has to be something that you can look back on and like think about in the hard times when you're not together, you
Yeah.
know? Um,
Can I ask you, Tim, with when I think about, I haven't dated long distance before, with any kind of seriousness or longevity. I think for me, I would have to imagine that if it's not a temporary thing and it's like a long term thing where this is a long distance relationship, I think for me, we'd have to approach the topic of some kind of open relationship situation, at least for me. Like,
yeah.
would you think that for you, is that how that might work a little better in terms of needs and
Well, I've
adjustment?
done both.
Yeah.
I've done both open relationship while being a long distance and I guess,
Monogamous
traditional
or yeah, whatever.
monogamous
Yeah.
relationship. Um, and I will say it is hard. You know what? Even in non-long, what is it called when it's not long distance? It's just a regular, like not
Yeah.
regular,
Even if they're around a
a
lot or whatever.
traditional relationship where you are together. It's hard to be somebody's all.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're worlds away or right next to each other in the bed, like, it's hard to not have anything else going on, into like the idea that this is the end all be all person of my life and they have to be everything to you,
Hmm.
can put a lot of strain on a relationship. Any relationship, especially a long distance relationship where you're not even physically together.
Yeah.
So I would say that some I would say try to um, be together as much as possible, but also talking about maybe opening up the relationship in whatever way you're comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, it's hard to just say, all right, I'm gonna talk to you at 6 o'clock every day, and then we're gonna see each other, once a month. And the regimen in itself makes it like not sexy. Like,
Yeah.
so opening it up allows you to, if that person is busy that day, like, instead of being like, he's never here for me, that saying never and always, never a good thing. Well,
Sure.
like, but finding community, finding whether it be sexually or emotionally in other places, probably will help your relationship a lot. But you have to be careful in knowing the boundaries of that.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
communicate. Like,
Yeah.
some people get weird when they start opening things up about communicating about their boundaries, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna hurt people's feelings if you don't
Well,
talk about it.
and some people don't want to know. Like, some people are in the lines of like, I don't want to know your conquest.
Sure.
Get it when you want to, like get it where you want to. I'm a person that I do want to know. I actually find it like attractive in some sort of way.
Sure.
But that's me. But I also understand the argument that like I don't want to be a part of thinking about that all the time. It was like, was it better than me? And blah 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 blah. Nobody's better than me. So like it won't bother me, but I understand why it would bother somebody else. And so like when you get into the openness, that's why I say at the beginning, find a togetherness at first. Like when you first get together, week, 2 weeks, month, be together. Like
Yeah.
try the monogamy thing for a month. And then when you get tired of each other a little bit, open it up. Like, like
Yeah. I would concur. I would say keep the communication open, and if it's not working, like own it. Like
yeah, if it's not
don't hold
working,
on to
be
that.
done before you hate each other. That's what I
Yeah.
will say.
Call it before there's blood. There's no need
Yeah,
for it.
because if you can call the thing a thing before it gets nasty, you can still maybe manage to be friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, fuck around when you fuck around. But like,
Part-time lover.
exactly. And who doesn't love those?
Well, Jordan, I hope you found our advice helpful. And
I love you, Jordan. And if you ever want to date me, my name is I am Tim Carter with all the underscores between every word. On Instagram, check me out.
that's right. Give Tim a little love. Tim, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Pew pew pew. We're back, everybody. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim, who you shouting out this week?
Well, I want to shout out a TikTok user, DJ81 Dim Mark. They apparently repost us a lot,
Oh, nice.
including my own personal
Oh,
TikTok, which is very, very sweet. I love you and thank you for reposting us and saying that I was beautiful. So thanks.
nice. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes. What about you? You got a shout out?
I do. I want to shout out John. John is my partner's brother.
Hi, John. I've heard great things.
Hello, John. John was rocking our tank top,
I saw that.
cute blue, last week. So he posted it on Instagram, and I reposted it. And it's always nice to see the family support the love. So
Listen, that blue is great on everybody.
it's a good blue. I really like it. I think K-Fed has that one too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I have that one too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Oh, okay. I was like, one of us has
No,
it.
I think we both have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I saw it on Kevin and I was like, oh, I gotta have that.
So cute. It's so cute. So thanks for the support, John. Listeners, if you're interested in our merch, we have a store at tpublic.com. You can find the link on our website, cubandchub.com. But thanks again for the love, John. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Tim, what's making you live this week?
Well, I got a B12 shot and it literally woke me up. So
Nice.
I am boop. And I feel
Wide
great.
awake.
Yeah. Oh, like yes.
Oh.
Yeah, in the dark. That was like, that song really was one of her good ones.
So that album was released.
Confessions. Yeah.
Yeah, she releases the whole album when she gets married, and then she re-releases it with those songs after she gets divorced, and
Yeah.
it's a different
Those
album.
those ones though, those songs kill. Like
It's
Circle
so
the
good.
Drain.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, Russell, girl, I don't know what you did, but you did that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be here watching you circle the drain.
No, I always love a good breakup song, but Katie,
Listen, Katie and Kelly with this
oh,
chemistry, you know.
they heard us singing
Come on, girls.
the copyright police are coming.
I mean, falling from cloud nine. Okay, we're not doing it,
Nice.
but yeah. So cool. Thanks.
You were gonna ask
It
me
was
about
me. Yeah.
yeah.
So I had to be 12 shy. What did you do?
I was I had a B12 shot. It gave me a lot of energy. I don't know what's going on, but no, I want to shout out. Well, it's a shout out slash making me live this week. I went to the Bird Theater here in Richmond, and the Bird Theater is
Like
this
where Cardi
historical.
B is?
So what?
Is that like where Cardi B is?
No, Bird Theater is in Carytown. It's a historical building, a historical theater from like the 1930s. And I always pass it whenever we go to like Mama Siam's. We pass the
Oh,
Bird
that's
Theater.
the Bird Theater.
That's the Bird Theater.
Oh, okay.
And their big thing is they show movies on the cheap. So they'll play classic movies, more recent. Like it doesn't matter. It's like $8, and you can go see a movie at this really like historical, pretty, really, really beautiful theater. But I went with my buddy Rita. Shout out to Rita.
Hi, Rita.
So I went with Rita, and we went and saw Romeo and Juliet, the 1996 one.
Oh, the one with like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo and Claire Danes, and
Aww.
that movie like defined my like approaching teenage years.
Really?
And I watched that movie a million times with my girlfriend at the time, and it's one of those things it was such a big part of my personality, and then it was gone. Like it wasn't like a TNT movie that you would see all the time. Like
Like Degrassi for me.
yeah, it was here, it was gone. So I went and watched it with Rita, and like it's the music, the editing, it's Baz Luhrmann. Like it's so good and so over the top and cheesy, but amazing. I absolutely loved it, and the theater was great, and so me and Rita are gonna have like regular standing Bird Theater movie dates to go see all those old movies we love. So shout out to Rita and Bird Theater. Go check it out for sure. So,
Yes.
Tim, where can people find us?
I think they can find us wherever you can find your neighborhood local bird. You can find them on the stripper pole. You can find them in the club. You can find them on a rapper of your choosing. You can find them on Periscope. You can find them on TikTok, Twitter. But most importantly, you can find us on cubandchub.com. And don't forget, we want you guys to send questions to wearecubandchub@gmail.com.
Please do. We'd love to hear from you guys. Tim, we're gonna see Beyonce.
I know.
We're gonna see Beyonce.
We're in formation. We want the summer renaissance to happen. It's happening. I'm trying to get my shirt ready that I'm gonna wear.
I got my. You've seen my outfit. I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm clipping and cutting things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my drag race on.
Woo!
My design challenge.
Oh, shout out to. Oh, hold up. I might edit part of this out. I need to shout out to a fraternity brother who went to Beyonce in full regalia. Not from our chapter. This is a.
I was like, what in the white people?
No.
I was like, nobody white is going in regalia now. Not from Southwest Virginia.
Shout out to Cordarius Brown. Cordarius went to the Nashville show, I think. And Tim, I'll share these photos with you, but we're talking Comic-Con level design. Cordarius is amazing.
I need it.
And I started messaging him. I was like, "You look beautiful. We're going to the show," and we were texting back and forth. It was.
Aww,
I'm a huge fan.
I love that.
He just went to Comic-Con Austin and was Storm. Like, got it down. I'll send you.
No, this is my thing. I don't know if it's because like I'm getting older, so I want to like hold on to youth or something like that. But I really want to get into like Comic-Con shit and like that sort of like playfulness.
Yeah.
I don't want to like dress up and stuff because I'm lazy, but I want to see it and I want to go.
You want to immerse yourself.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that like it's so fun and like just whimsy. And I want to like I don't have enough whimsy in my life.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we should go. I'd love to go. I've not been
especially
to
in Austin. We've been.
Austin, we have a history with Austin. The San Diego Comic-Con is the biggest one, and San Diego's really, really a lot of fun. I think you'd like San Diego.
I've never been. I would love to go.
We could try one of the smaller ones here on the East Coast. Like there's Dragon Con and there's a bunch in DC that happen all the time. So,
as long as it's not outside. Like
no convention.
I know there's a lot. Yeah, I know there's a
Indoor.
lot of like ones that happen in Richmond a lot.
Yeah, we got a few that come through here. So we'll have to set something up for sure.
I know that Kevin goes to some of them with his friends.
He does, and we're gonna see Kevin on Saturday.
I know. Shout out to Kevin. Oh my God, we didn't even say that. Shout out to Kevin. You're coming. We love you. We're so excited. I'm more excited than Bear. Because it's me.
See, every time. Family meeting, Tim. Family meeting.